Hello friends, welcome to Neela's studio. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to use the bodice block which I showed you in my last video, and how to make tops and dresses. I have made this bodice block for size 36 inches in a smaller size. Means for every inch I've taken 1 centimeter and made this pattern so that I can show it to you properly here. You have to follow the same steps to make any new design using these bodice block. So this is the front and back bodice block which I have drawn in a smaller version. So if you want to make any style, a top, say for example a top, this is a 36 inches size, so you have to keep the front like this on a fold here, okay, on a fold here, and then trace it out like this, okay. The same way you have to trace out the back also and keep it, and then mark the darts. Wherever the darts are coming, you can just mark it here, okay, and here also you can just mark it. But when you are tracing out the back pattern, you just leave about some space here because we need it for opening. But if you are going to have a front open top, then you will have to keep it here and trace out here so that you will have front open seam allowance. The next thing is, you should know this particular bodice block is from high shoulder till your waist measurement only. But for a top you will need till your hip, right? Hip. So how will you calculate your hip length? Your hip is actually from the waist, it will be about 7 inches down. Okay, it will be 7 inches down. So from your waist, it will be 7 inches. Even if you measure it, your body measurement, you will know that from the waist curve till your hip will be 7 inches. If you are a taller person, then it will be 7.5 or 8 inches also. The same way, if you are a shorter person, less than 5 feet height, then it will be 6 inches height, 6 inches only. So since I have calculated this in centimeters, I am only going to take 7 centimeters and mark here. So this is going to be the top length. So this is going to be the top length here. Your top length will be only up till this, okay. Here this is the front top length, okay. Next, now let me show you. Now you want to create a pattern for a basic simple pattern. I will explain to you. If you're seeing an image somewhere like this on Pinterest or in Google, you're searching for a nice top and you see this top and you want to create this pattern, then what you will do is, we are going to create for this, okay, how I will create a pattern for this top. So this we have traced out the front, back, okay. This has the back opening, so I'm going to do for this style. So what you will do is, you will have to create a neck which is going to be deeper. So you'll have to draw like this. You can bring it down from this bodice block measurement. Take a measurement, whatever you want, how much of a depth you want, and then you will draw like this here. You will draw the neck curve like this, okay. And then you want the sleeve to go a little inside, so you will take it here, and then you will bring it down like this here, okay. So the sleeve is done here. I have not added a seam allowance. And then what you will do, from this waist we have measured the length, which is 7 inches, okay. Then you will keep it here, but you need to know the hip measurement. So hip you will have to divide by 4 plus 1 and mark here. Hip is 40 inches, then it will be 10 plus 1 will be 11 inches. So you can mark here like that and then draw here, okay. So the same way 11 here, and then you will draw here. Now you have to add the seam allowance. Seam allowance you can add after you make this pattern, and then you can add the seam allowance. You can add the seam allowance if you want the front back open, then add seam allowance for the zip. Okay, now I have done for the front. Now let me do the same for the back. What you can do is you can actually finish this pattern, keep it here, and then you can do the back also. So you can calculate how much ever you have taken here for the back. So again, for the back also, you can just draw like this here. Okay, and then back can be slightly higher. Okay, now here on the hip curve, you have to have a slight curve like this here. See, you can take about 1 inch or half an inch and then draw a curve like this. Okay, so this is this basic top, and then you have to increase. Now then after you make this pattern, you can take it out and draw, and then you can add the seam allowance all around. You can add about 1 centimeter seam allowance here like this, then on the side about 1 inch, add the seam allowance, add the seam allowance here, seam allowance here, here, and then you will make this, you can make this pattern. Okay, now let me show you a different neck. So everything else will be the same, and you want your neck to be V-neck. A deep V-neck you want. So what you will do is, you will have to take the measurement from here to here, whatever length. Say for example, I want 7 inch depth. Okay, but V-neck can be from here, so I will take it like this here. Okay, so the same way, the V-neck you can have the at the back you can have it like this itself, or if you want to have a deeper V-neck at the back, then again you calculate from this high shoulder point, bring it here to 7, and then you take it here. Okay, so whatever length you want, you can correct it. So this is how you create patterns. Let me show you how to create this pattern. This is a shoulder slope top. Let me show you how to draft a pattern for this style. This is actually a shoulder slope top. So the shoulder is actually extending till the arm like this here, and then you can make a pattern by seeing this itself. It has a boat neck and a sleeve like this. First, let me draw the front neck curve. So for the front neck curve, you have to draw it like a boat neck. So slightly wider neck like this and extend to the shoulder like this here. Now let's see how to draw the shoulder slope. Okay, for shoulder slope you have to extend the shoulder from the high point like this with a scale. Okay, extend your shoulder length by another 5 to 6 centimeter and then mark a point there. Next, bring it down by 4 centimeter below and mark another point, and then you take a nice curve from the shoulder down like this. You can have a shoulder opening placket or just attach show buttons like this. Now do the same way for the back pattern also. Extend the shoulder length and then bring it down and then draw the armhole curve like this. You can draw the back neck curve, also the same boat neck shape. This is how you create pattern for a shoulder slope top like this. I will now give you the measurement for this top for shaping like this. Shall we now go to the next design? Let's see how to draft the pattern for this top. This is actually a short top, but it has sleeves attached. So you will be attaching the sleeves to this same bodice block as it is. The neck is going to be the same. If you want deeper, you can bring it down also. And also this is a front open top. So there will be a front open placket in the front, and there will be a nice hip curve which you have to take like this. You have to shape it like this. You have to shape the hip curve like this. The top curve will come out like this, slightly from the higher. You can take about 2 to 3 inch above on the side and then shape it. Next, let's see the placket front. This top has a center placket front opening. So we need to make a slit at the center front. So there will be no opening at the back, and you will have a slit made and a placket attached here with buttons. In this pattern, the center back will be on a fold and the front will have a slit opening for the placket. And the armhole curve will be the same armhole curve shape, because we are going to attach the sleeve to this same armhole itself. This top is also very similar to that. It has a slit open with front placket and sleeves attached to it, and it has side slit, and it also has a mandarin collar attached to the same top. So I will show you in my next video different collars which you can attach to these kind of tops. Now let me show you how to draft a pattern for a top like this, which has a neck like this. See, this has a flat neck collar band and a V-neck cut like this. So looking at this, you can also create a pattern. Just see how I am drawing. You have to extend the neck curve like this, slightly wider like this, and then draw whatever the width you want. Say this is approximately 1 inch. So you draw a curve like this for 1 inch till the shoulder, and then you draw the V-neck to the depth of how much ever you want. Say for example, you can take it down, measure it with the scale, and then draw a straight line down like this for a V-neck. When you're going to draft the pattern, this has to come in 2 pieces. In the sense, the front part, you have to cut out the round neck separately, the band separately, and this V-neck shape separately, and then attach it together. I will show you in a mock sample soon. So this flat round neck, you have to cut it out, add seam allowance around it on both the sides, and then attach to this V-neck, and you will make this pattern like this. See, this top is actually a full front open top. This has a neck which is a mandarin collar neck attached, and also it has full length buttons attached to it. So this top will have full front open and the back will be closed. So you will have to cut the back on a fold. You can have loop and buttons added to the top like this. Let us now see how to use the bodice block and create dresses. See, making simple dresses like this is also very easy using the bodice block. All you have to do is the upper part of the dress will always be the same bodice block which we'll be using. you can draw the neck slightly wider and then slightly wider like this. Take it like this and extend like that, and then the armhole is also going inside. If you see the image, you will know it's going slightly inside. So shape it according to that same shape like this. Looking at an image, you should be able to create the same pattern like this. Now for the back of the dress also, you have to have the same shape like that, and the armhole curve going inside the shoulder like this, and shape it neatly like this. And this dress will have the back open, so you need to attach the seam allowance when you are going to add. Now let us see how to attach the skirt part of the dress to this top. So for that, you need to take the measurement from your waist till your ankle length, or just above your knee, or whatever length you want for the dress. You can take the measurement and then add it. So you can also make box pleat to it, or knife pleat to it, or any kind of pleats you want. You can add it to this top. See, for the dress, what we need to do is, we need to increase the waist height slightly more, maybe about half an inch to 1 inch more, depending on the bust size. So you increase it like this here, because once you attach the skirt part to this, your dress will be lifted on top. So then it will have a perfect fitting. See, the skirt part to this top can be in different styles. Means you can also have box pleat like this, knife pleat, or even an umbrella cut you can attach to this top and make a beautiful dress. And you can have a small gathered pleats to it, which will also look very nice. See, now this dress is made in a similar way, but only thing is this has a sleeve attached to it. So you can make any style you want. You can also make like this with sleeves and knife pleat skirt part like this. You can even buy a sari, cut it out like this, and make a long dress like this to wear. So this is how you extend the bodice block and make tops and dresses. I hope you understood this. Now you can create your own design and make fashionable tops and dresses. In the next video, I will show you different kinds of collars to be attached to this bodice block.